All right, we are here for the Slash All Pod. Technically, going to be week one for lower division. Had to push it back 1 week, but that is a okay. We have Loki here. If none of you have met her yet, she's going to be our lower division commissioner. So this is the head honcho, president, commissioner, whatever you want to call her. And so she's going to be joining the podcast this week as we launch lower division. How are you feeling tonight, Loki?
I'm awesome. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited for this podcast and for the season. I am pumped and ready. And you sit down, Sid. Sid's already saying Kaisa sucks.
We see
He
some shade
stands.
being thrown. It really seems like the fun aspect of a game, the trolling, the
Absolutely.
banter, is
Yes.
all going to be found in lower division.
Absolutely, for sure. Now because I got called out, I have to flame Kuba because he is one of my players in TPO, and he decided to DM me right before the podcast started, so now he's asking for it. But yes, I am Loki. This is my first time doing lower division and slash all, and I am so excited to have this opportunity. It's going to be a great season.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, because you are coming from another organization, so a little bit of what's your story when it comes to competitive, custom 5v5 League of Legends? How do you find yourself in Slash All? And then kind of like, what's your vision? What's your passion for being the lower division commissioner?
I've been a part of the amateur scene pretty much since I started League of Legends back in, I want to say it was like 2020. Um, I managed teams right off the bat. I played half a season competitively. Never would do it again. But I prefer to be a part of the management aspect of it. And really, when I started my own org and I started running internal splits, like I just saw the passion of players, and I wanted to get that to come to life for them. So being a part of this is just like an amazing opportunity. I've I admin in Titan Esports. I admin in LAS. I am a part of Clown Gaming. Um, I helped run Mythic Esports with one of the coaches of the lower division teams. Um, and before that, I have a few other years experience. So I definitely have had my fair share of interactions with comp play over the years. So this is just another one that like I'm excited to be a part of. And how I came to find you guys is like I will never know. Actually, you know what? I was helping out in Event Horizon, and I got some teams together that came over here. One of which was Invicta, and you guys were looking for casters one day, and I was like, hey, I can cast. So now you guys are stuck with me. I should have never offered that position. Nah, now you don't get rid of me. So
I was gonna say
this is
you call it stuck, but we asked for you to fill this staff role, um,
you did.
and it's a big one. So we're very appreciative of you being here, because it really does take so much off of Brendan's plate, and my
Yeah.
plate. I do enough management and people managing outside of within
Yeah.
work, so outside of work, I do just want to be on production. I enjoy the streams. I enjoy talking and getting to know people and being able to represent you guys. So it takes something off of
Absolutely.
my personal plate. So thank you for that. Um,
Absolutely. It was my pleasure, honestly. But this season is just to make it as fun as possible for the players because honestly, they're the ones that show up every week. They're the ones that put the practice in, the scouting time. Um, what I do is like very small and comparative to what these players are going to bring to the table this week. Because it's one thing to run it, but it's another thing to play it. So definitely, tops to all the players that put their hard work in and that decide to come over here, with us because it's not possible without them. So
I could not have written a better transition so everybody knows that was not written. That is genuinely
no,
Loki. One of the reasons that we brought her on was just this excitement for the teams. She'll talk to you about Invicta or Cheesers for hours on end because it's just excitement for her. So it's a perfect transition for us. Let's go into our team rundown for lower division season 3. Um I'm going to pull up this graphic for you guys to look at so you guys can see the rosters and the players. Um and I know the
Oh yeah.
first one on our script is LA, but we're actually going to start with Roar. So apologies, Loki. But yeah, Roar. Are they? Is it just Roar? Are they not Dino Roar anymore? Somebody help me out here.
Um, the application came in as RAR, so that's what I ran with. If it's Dino RAR, Doki, just shoot me a message or in your,
All right, it's what it says in
team
the icon,
chat.
and we're gonna roll with Dino Roars because it is
All
adorable.
right.
Look at that Gnar.
I think their logo is adorable. I've seen it before. It's a great logo. I think it's so cute.
It is. It definitely. I'm like pausing before I say this because I'm about to make a big statement. It might take the cake for me for best team logo. Um,
I
Clown Car in
disagree,
upper
but all
division
right.
really contest it, but like, and you have the little like block buildings like on the graphic. Just such
Yeah.
an adorable team logo. Which is funny. I feel like coming from Doki. He's kind of straight to the point, very direct, very talkative person. So I don't expect this childlike icon coming from his team.
Oh, absolutely. Doki is very. He is a good person to talk to. Very to the point. I have nothing bad to say about Doki. So he's always been a pleasure to speak to.
Yep. Highlight of the team here in the jungle role. If you've played games with him, he's very directive, and this is one of the few teams for lower division who won't be rocking a coach this season. So I really anticipate a lot of that critique, a lot of that building up, a lot of that vision will come from him during the games and the jungle role. It's going to be coming from Doki. So be excited once this team hits the rift and see what Doki has put together for Dino Roars in season 3.
Absolutely.
And then we see, of course, can look at the rest of the roster here. Aspect of Noxus in the top lane. Red Faced Beast. I think that is who is in our chat right now. Rocking the 80 carry role. Side note, if we haven't hyped up Doki enough, he will be the highest ranked player. He is the highest ranked player currently for lower division. Obviously, the split just started, so somebody else can contest him for that. But right now, in the current moment, he is the highest ranked player for lower division.
All right. Um, I
But,
and to my knowledge, like everybody is different on this roster for this season. There's no returning players.
well, there's Doki.
Well, right. Besides Doki.
On to the next one, L.A. Espada. Uh, please tell me I said that right. Please forgive me
It's
if I didn't.
Espada.
La Espada.
Yeah.
I love it. Another team won't be rocking a coach this season. Do any players stick out for you, Loki, on this team?
I mean, being in the competitive scene in a lot of different orgs, like obviously names look familiar, but I can say that I don't think I've watched any of these players.
I haven't gotten the chance to watch any of them either. But when the team's OP.GG came in, I really boo in the mid lane stuck out to me. Not just great for the Great Summoner name, but has one of the highest win rates across the boards when it comes to the player. And he plays these control mages, the Ari, the Lux, and Nivea. It's very classic competitive mid lane champions with the CC, the crowd control, and to be rocking a win rate like that. Very excited to see this team come out and play.
Oh, Boo is a girl, by the way.
I will apologize profusely for that. I am so sorry, but I will take note of that, and it won't happen again. Thank you for that. You guys are legendary. At any point, if I mispronounce something, misgender somebody, please let me know. It is not intentional, and I am so sorry.
I think
Resident E girl.
we're we're gonna make these mistakes all throughout the year because it's kind of hard to judge by a player name until like you get into call with them. Like there are times I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a girl. Like yeah. I'm like, oh, awesome.
You get that all the time, Loki. Like,
Oh, I mean,
um,
I do.
but it's not something that should continue happening. So I appreciate the call out, and we'll adjust accordingly on the production team. Because we again, part of my goal is to represent you guys well. Um, Unacceptable. All right. But
Cold actor.
well, she stuck out to me because that win rate um, is incredible. I might pull it up here. No, because that would change the graphic. But very excited. That's the star player on this roster for me from LA Espada.
La Espada.
La Espada.
Very excited.
Why am I saying? Oh, it's because I capitalized it. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the league.
Timbers. Oh,
It's yeah, this is their first kind of interaction with us on broadcast. So, um, this is lower division. It's the fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. It's Spanish for the sword. I love that. I love that.
yeah.
It's so
I
much
like that.
better than just TSI Academy stealing the team from their upper division team. Get creative. And I see that in the icon they had the sword too. So, love to see the team identity come together. I have
Absolutely.
to ask: are one of you or multiple of you guys Spanish? Is that kind of the team identity there? I'll throw that out and let Twitch chat catch up for us. And then, so you talked about for Dino Roars that they don't have any returning new faces. Same thing here.
Oh, it's
Uh,
Brett's birthday. Oh boy, happy birthday, Brett.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I
Um,
think Blade is, but it's not the reason why. No. So there's no Spanish background, it looks like. They just kind of came up with it. And you know what? You're rocking it. It's awesome, guys.
Bleach fans. Thank you,
Bleach.
Brendan, for calling that out.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Someone put that in announcements. Um.
I'm flattered. I truly am flattered. You guys make me feel really appreciated here in Slash All. But yeah, TSI Academy. No returning players. Team captain is going to be Zach Powers. Another mid laner rocking a very good win rate, an 80% win rate on the Vex. So watch out for this
Ooh.
champion when this team hits the Rift. If you're not catching that in your op.gg, but you look at that and it's the highlight. You might not catch that the inedible Vi is a ridiculous player. Showing currently 7 champions in his match history. His top lane pool goes really deep. So these solo lanes for the TSI Academy team will be players to watch out for once we hit the Rift.
Absolutely. Indelible Bite is someone that I have heard of in the past. So I definitely have heard of the name. Lord knows from where. Since I'm in way too many leagues to count. So, but I
Uh,
know that I've seen that name.
we had that experience with Senja for upper division. That if you have a what's the word? Reputation. If you have a reputation in another league, it really puts the pressure for you. What are you bringing to the table here in
Oh,
Slash All?
absolutely.
So watch out in TSI Academy. Watch that top lane. We'll have to see some explosive plays come out or some really unique champions come out. Again, rocking the Renekton, the Scion, the Ornn, the Malphite. Like he has been playing everything when it comes to scrims and it comes to practices and preparation for this league.
It's good to have a wide variety of champs to come in with.
Next up, Team Stun Lock. Okay, you got icons. This one takes the cake for me. For team
Absolutely.
name, what an awesome name, dude. Playing MOBAs, stuns, it's all across the board from Overwatch to League. So just well put together. Chef's kiss. It's simple, but it's cohesive. What sticks out to you on this roster?
Koobs. Koob's a tracker. Kubo our is one of the sub junglers for TPO Cheeser, which is in the upper division. He's moved to the mid lane, and I have nothing but good things to say about that guy. He's been amazing for the entire length of time that I've known him, and like to see him grow as a player and to move moving from jungle to mid lane is a massive lane swap. So for him to be able to pull that off as well as he have, like, props to you. Like, you put me in another lane, like, I'm a feed. I'm a feed. Um, Tracker I've known for quite some time. She's a very good ADC. She's a great person. So I'm excited to see her back here. Their coach Magic Man I've known for quite some time as well. Him and I were admins together in Mythic Esports before it became nameless. So I know that he's going to do great and wonderful things with this team. Star I knew from Event Horizon, and Major I know from Ape Gaming. So it's a stacked roster. Like, these guys are great players. Again, nothing like these guys are going to perform great this season.
Yeah, it's interesting for me that you listed two players, and for me, the one that stuck out to me was the Honest Lee. It's just spamming Alawi. So going to be playing that kind of like raid boss esque play style. But then out of everybody, what caught my eye the most out of anybody's op.gg is the fact that Star in the support role has Teemo, and it's not just like one game. Like, we're talking like 13 games of Teemo in their match history. So I have to ask the question: will we see Teemo support?
You know what? Honestly, surprisingly enough, Teemo support is extremely popular right now. That's not something that I ever want to face in lane because Teemo support is absolutely disgusting to me. Because you're kind of forced as an AD carry to get a sweeper, which because if your support doesn't have one or doesn't sweep and you're on your own, you stepping over some shrooms and your health bar just goes away. So I mean, Teemo honestly has a very good win rate in every single lane this season.
I can't.
Probably
I
due to
can't.
the item changes,
In a
so
competitive 5v5 atmosphere, I can't justify that
no.
champion being picked. But it's there. It could happen. Other teams listening, watch out for it. If it happens, I'm so sorry. That is so awful.
Track calling me out in Twitch chat. Um, I call Alawi Moana because I just can never remember her name. So whenever Alawi's played, it's Moana and you're boarding her boat. And now the new champ is Hey Hey because I just imagine there's like a little chicken going like around pecking the ground. I hate that champion.
Have
So
you watched the movie Moana a lot?
so many times that I don't even want to admit how many times.
That's, all right, there it
That's
is.
all I can
There
call.
is our
Like,
fun fact for the episode about our commissioner for lower division. Um,
can
there it
call down
is.
for him.
That's your leader. That's her right there. All right, TPO and Victa. I literally, in my notes for this episode, just wrote down let Loki cover them because I know that this is your team. You got some good friends here. So, what can we expect from TPO and Victa in lower division season 3?
In all chat, you will hear well played summoner from Godfist in mid lane. Godfist was the Moana god last season. Um, in the lower division, he was top lane. He's making a switch to mid lane. Um, so I'm excited to see what he brings because I have scrimmed up against this team because Math and Moosey have asked me to, and Math got the pleasure of beating the life out of me because they banned all of my champions. And Godfist like to roam and kill me on repeat, and then emote spam. So, Math and Moosey are returning from last split. Those two are a powerhouse in the bot lane. They are a couple IRL, and I know that I'm allowed to say that. So, they have already that built-in synergy. Godfist has been playing with them since the start, back when we were in Event Horizon, and I was helping with the teams in there. Invicta was one of them. So, they're being coached by my other org owner, Mr. Honk. Um, he is
Which,
also going to be a sub.
takes gold for another just legendary summoner name.
Yes, Mr. Honk. That is what everyone calls him over in TPO, and I think I got the nickname Honky Bear somewhere along the way from Matthew Pants. So, they're a fun team. I hope that they have a great season. I know that there are some frustrations with the map changes with this team, but you know what? They're gonna pull it together like they always do. They've been practicing at the Storm. They have a really strict schedule, so I know that whatever they do, they're gonna do it with everything they got. So
And for anybody listening who's stuck around for a long time with Slash All, this was our runner up for lower division season 2. Our season 2 champion team didn't return for another season, so this is as highest as you can get for a returning team. I'll consider them the
absolutely.
winners. So they're coming out and they'll have to defend their title from last season. Um, got second place last season. This could be first place here. So there's a bit of a reputation there for this team coming in, being one of the few returning teams, not only returning, but performed well in season 2. So watch out for TPO Invicta.
Yes, I'm excited to see them perform, but I think we have one more team.
We got
No,
two
two more.
more. Following
Yes,
up
that's true.
TPO Invicta, a returning team. We have Big Duck Entourage, BDE, um, a new team here. We have been talking a little bit here and there with them as they kind of came in and filled out the spot last slot. So, what comes to mind for you with this team, Loki? Or I can. There's a couple things I want to highlight when it comes to their roster and their OP.GGs. But I'll
I
let you
mean,
go
I have
first.
seen Propane pimp in the competitive scene. I've seen the Lord JK. Um, those are the two that stick out because with the new Riot name changes, people's name changes have either reverted or they changed them. So I may know this team, but I just know of those two players. I have seen them play, and I want to say somewhere. I can't tell you where, but I never underestimate any team.
Yeah, a new team actually came in and won upper division last season. So new teams are nothing to be underestimated, and that's kind of ties me into underestimating. Atomic Rider is actually one of our lower level accounts. Not that it's somebody at his second account, but that this is just a genuinely new player. Has only been playing for 2.5 seasons here, but he's been grinding away at top. And while his pool is small, he plays the same champions consistently, so he will perform thoroughly. Um, don't discredit him for that. And then in the mid lane, the Lord, his champion pool is Vigar, Anivia, Asol, and I have to ask the question: is this the next Aguri? Aguri plays those champions, and Aguri is a nuisance to play against. So if I'm, is this our next Aguri?
I
We'll have
mean,
to
it
see.
may be.
It just
Um,
when Vigar is up, especially Anivia, when Anivia is up there and your OP.GG, like you
yeah,
just don't
I
like
don't.
playing the first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, if Anivia or Asol is in there, like I can't play the game.
You just like your favorite part of the game is farming. Like you just enjoy
Exactly.
playing the game of CS.
Not against those champions, you don't.
Yeah.
But I guess you're gonna have to watch out for what the picks and bans are coming through for this team.
Boom. We'll go to the next team. Yep. Um, TD Harmony also joining here, kind of later in the just in the sign up sheets and the forums. Doesn't mean anything. Just means that we're just now getting kind of familiar with this team and these players, these people. Um, what sticks out to you, Loki?
I know the EDC.
Oh,
that's
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 perfect.
about
We
it.
can talk. Let's talk about the duo because for me, Crockpot again kind of stuck out to me. Playing the Ash
Poggers.
support a pick. Um, Pog. You got
So
Poggers. We're on Twitch. Have to say it.
I mean, like you got double marksman in the bot lane, which is just like incredibly irritating playing against. But
Yeah, the
um,
Ashe, the Senna.
yeah, yeah, it's not a fun one to lane against. But this team does look pretty solid. When I was reviewing their account, so definitely they look like a strong team. I know of the org TD, but I've seen them across several competitive orgs. So
I'm excited anytime I see an organization that also is rocking a coach. Shout out to Peptic. Um, it really helps your team have a cohesion and a vision when
absolutely.
it comes to the Rift and how they're approaching the game.